5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Breaking news. President Biden appears to have gotten lost once more, and who knows if he will ever find his way off the stage.
He's been lost before and had his dear wife to help him with chocolate pudding and a fresh baby wipe and a helping hand off the stage, but not this time.
Good morning. It's actually nice weather right now. It's actually 73 degrees, which is nice. Never mind, it's 74. Hey, Charlie, how's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you. You give us a couple of minutes here to see people showing up and whatnot. I should go out in the garden and go when one of my bed folks there to leaves, and I think I'm going to harvest some garlic today. Because it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so it's probably best to get it before it starts getting all wet out there. But we have quite a bit of a lineup for news today. All kinds of stuff in the news. Interesting stuff. Then stuff not so interesting. It's the way it is. So, let me go ahead and put this on the screen here. Let's go ahead and make it a little bigger. Find the right one. There we go. Freedom. Yes. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange stops in Bangkok on his way to U.S. court and later freedom. Yeah, there's a lot of people been called for this guy to be freed for a long time for basically being a whistleblower, letting people know the truth and whatnot. I know there's some people who like him, some people that don't, but I'm not going to show a video of this guy flooded in here or anything like this. But I thought I would actually post this when we go ahead and switch this over. Screen. They should really make this easier to do than. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and watch this video here.
June the 24th, after spending 1,901 days behind bars. Now, the founder of WikiLeaks then boarded an aircraft and flew out of Stansted Airport in the UK. Now, Assange is set to be sentenced on Wednesday at 9 a.m. local time in a Saipan court. A judge must accept the settlement, but he will most likely earn credit for the 5 years he has already served and will not face any more prison time. Here is let's cross live now to RT correspondent, or are we going to go to the live? All right, we have a grab for you. Let's take a look at that first, and then we'll go across live.
From at least 2009 and continuing through at least 2011, in an offense begun and committed outside of the jurisdiction of any particular state or district of the United States, the defendant, Julian Paul Assange, who will be first brought to the District of the Northern Mariana Islands, knowingly and unlawfully conspired with Chelsea Manning to commit the following offences against the United States. A. To receive and obtain documents, writings, and notes connected with the national defence, including such materials classified up to the secret level, for the purpose of obtaining information respecting the national defence. 7. In furtherance of the conspiracy and to accomplish its objects, Assange and Manning committed lawful and unlawful overt acts.
All right, let's go live now to articles on Caleb Morpin.
Yeah, we don't need to check that out, but I find it interesting. Let me go ahead and switch this off. I do find it interesting that our news companies and things like our major media and whatnot posted the exact same things that that he did, and they got awards for it and all kinds of stuff. Never got in trouble or anything. And he's been running for so many years. There's a lot of people say that the only reason this is happening now is because Biden's trying to get, his popularity back with the younger folks and whatnot, because over the years, the younger generation, go and support him. So yeah, I think that's it just shows the government how they work. Pretty much they went after him because it's not that he had classified documents and everything. It's because they got found out and they wanted to save face. But yeah, hopefully he makes it where he's supposed to make it. He hopefully gets to his home country, Australia. Everything's fine and whatnot, but that's the news. That's the main subject of the news right now. And hey, Eric, how you doing?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I saw that breaking last. I don't know if it was last night or it was before he got released.
Yeah. They've been tracking him for a good while and popping
I just think
out.
it's another example of desperation. For
Yep.
You want to call it the DS or you want to call it loaded depends in the White House or whatever you want to call it. He's got plenty of stuff on people.
I don't think it's going to happen either.
And unfortunately, I don't think it matters what country he ends up in. There's the evil in this world can reach out and find you and take care of business. So,
yeah, I mean, he hasn't been able to go, well, that we know of. I'm not saying that he hasn't been back to his country and whatnot. And reason why, if anybody don't know, is because we can go over and get people in Australia.
Sure.
There's only certain countries that don't allow us to go get criminals
Right.
and whatnot.
We don't have an extradition treaty with them, but Australia, I believe we do. So
yeah, and that's why he hasn't been home.
Right.
Our next one. This reminds me so much of things that happened in World War II with certain parties and whatnot that can't really repeat their names. But let me go ahead and put this up here. I can't even say his name.
Zelensky.
Yeah.
I call him ass chaps.
Orders a purge of Department of State protection after members arrested for allegedly assassination plots.
No, I don't believe it.
Yeah. I remember a certain guy in World War II that had his own party trying to assassinate him quite a bit. I wonder
Many
why.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the same complex too, you know.
Yep.
The little man thing.
I believe it's the same tribe that's over there.
Yeah. Because those kind of people came from Germany
Mm-hmm.
to hide there.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not going to go through it all, but evidently there was quite a few different attempts have been made to get him out of office, so to speak.
Right.
Which now we have China is going to step in to make this go away, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much influence they're going to have in this. But everybody's sick of this thing. It's a useless money grab thing that's going on. It's everybody wants it over with. It's every country that's over there is like, can we please stop? Germany, well, I should say the people of Germany are very upset because men that didn't want to be part of the war came to Germany and now will be able to start going to work. And the people in Germany are having a hard enough time as it is finding work and everything. Now they have to compete with another workforce coming in to take jobs away. Sounds a bit familiar.
What fascinates me about that region and what's been going on for, what do we got, 2 years now?
Yeah.
Year and a half, something like that, 2 years. I mean, the level of corruption over there is off the chain.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody knows it. I mean, this isn't, and all these heads of state that keep posturing and, oh, we're going to send you this and we're going to send you that. We're going to send the taxpayer money, our money, over there for, and in my opinion, Putin is doing what he's doing because the UKR, they're a proxy, and we're using them to just push the border, and they're looking for trouble, and it's especially up in the Adriatic and the Mediterranean, and where all of there've been some military naval disturbances, so to speak. They're gonna make a big mistake, and they better be real careful what they need to stop this game, because that's what it is. It's a game.
Yep. And there's talk about this last attack that had the United States written all over it, intelligence and all that. Russia is like, they cannot not do something about it.
Right. Because if they did what we did,
yeah,
we would have responded already.
I mean, well, if he could get his shoes tied.
Well, yeah.
Somebody out there would have. I don't know if anybody's seen this, but I thought this was pretty good. Good old Judge Judy.
Yeah, I saw that. That's good.
I'll go ahead and play this. And she's honest. I mean, she's puts it out there. I mean,
Donald Trump was indicted in 4 separate cases, and his legal strategy was pretty clear. He wanted to push all of the trials past the election. That kind of effort to just use procedural motions, whatever, is that the justice system working, or is it the justice system being manipulated?
I would be happier as someone who owns property in Manhattan if the district attorney of New York County would take care of criminals who are making it impossible for citizens to walk in the streets and use the subway, to use his efforts to keep those people off the street, than to spend $5 million or $10 million of taxpayers' money trying Donald Trump on this nonsense. That's my view. But I, as a taxpayer,
I gotta stop it here for a second. I don't like that guy at all.
I was just going to say the first thing that's off is the fact that he's a Wallace. He's an anti-conservative. He's part of the Mockingbird media, just like his daddy was on 60 Minutes years ago. It's a joke before she even opened her mouth. But you know.
And that's the thing when you go get interviewed and stuff. You're supposed to be biased. You're not supposed to pick sides. You're just supposed to, go in the middle of the road.
Right, unbiased.
And the first thing he does is talks about how, he's manipulating the court and this and that. And then, Judge Judy says how it is.
Yeah.
in this country, resent using the system for your own personal self-aggrandizement. Now, if you didn't know...
And that's what you think the DA did in Manhattan?
That's what I think. I mean, if you look, you had to twist yourself into a pretzel to figure out what the crime was. He doesn't like him. New York City didn't like him for a while.
Trump. What do you think of Donald Trump?
What do I think of him? I think he was a good businessman, a real estate guy, and he was certainly terrific on The Apprentice.
What do you think of him as president of the United States?
I don't think that Donald ever should have been president, and I don't think that even Donald thought he was going to be president. I don't think so.
They pointed out there is gag order in other cases.
Of course,
there's another group.
But yeah, if you can get the full interview, it's a lot better. And again, they tried to push,
the narrative.
Yeah, if the View, they'll try to point you and say all this bad stuff, and then when the guest on there flipping on them, they get all upset and time to go to commercial.
Right. There was another good one on, and it was through CNN, which is an acronym for the Clinton News Network.
Yeah.
It was Fake Tapper, and he was interviewing Stephen Miller, who had a position in T-Man's administration, and they agreed to certain questions. And Fake Tapper, he didn't follow any of it, and Stephen Miller lit him up. And right away, Fake Tapper starts talking over him, tried cutting his mic. I mean, if you all don't know the fix is in by now, I mean, yeah, come on.
Yeah. Our next one here. There we go. Yeah, Iran's supreme leader calls for maximum turnout for presidential election as voter Hi. Now I don't know if this guy's supposed to be running or who's going to be running or whatnot, but it's probably going to be more of the same because their main subject is where's it at? Basically, negative stuff with United States.
Sure.
Yeah, and that's going to be the main focal point in here. And again, they talk about their nuclear thing that they still have going on with the Bidens and Obamas, and whatnot, and telling everybody to come out and vote. Yeah, this guy's like a heart surgeon or something over there, and evidently he's got quite the pull. It's just one of those things. It's they're like over here. We actually, well, I should say, majority of the candidates about improving the country and whatnot, or they act like they want to help the country.
Right.
Them over there, their main focus is what they can do to us and Israel. That's their main focus, and that's the premise of their voting. And yeah, it's concerning that there's so many countries out there that despise this country and Israel, because we do back Israel. Well, the majority of us, I'll put it that way. There's still a lot in office that supports the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's still a big thing. And they forget about just recently that the attack that Gaza did. The people that they, or I should say the women that they kidnapped and did awful things to and drug them through the streets and whatnot. Oh, well, that's okay, but Israel's bad,
Yeah.
I don't want to get on that subject. I do have another good one here, with Amazon.
Uh-oh. I use that a lot. Careful now.
Well, Amazon files is what they call it. Emails show Amazon caved to pressure from the White House to suppress books critical of the juice.
Right.
Yeah, there was a lot of books and a lot of stuff that wasn't on the market that were telling truths about the juice that was forced upon some people. And I say forced is because you either work or you either get it or you don't work, or you either get it or you're out of the service, or you don't have a job on the police department, or there was many things in that. But this goes on to say that a lot of the stuff was they were pressured not to release a lot of that stuff. Of course, you know, they bring in the law saying that if you talk about this stuff, it creates an uproar of people and stuff, and that's I forget what they call it. It just makes everybody unruly, so that it's harder for them to control. And then they have their laws that they spit out at you and saying it's obstruction of justice and all that crap. Unfortunately, a lot of companies, you know, used to be Twitter. We all know the files that came out of that where they suppressed all that information. You know, Facebook's one of them. YouTube is another one. But this all came to light after Muskie guy bought Twitter and found all this stuff in the files and whatnot. And he said, no, I'm not following along with it.
Right.
Now all these big companies are going to start following suit, saying, hey, I'm going to put this out there. You know, the government made us, you know, not release books and information and stuff about this. Let me see what. And this next story kind of goes along with it too. So, it's a real touchy one. So I have to be careful talking about this one. But, yes, Ford are launching lawsuits against a major company that made the juice. That's I think we're up to 6 right now, even though it says 4, but there is also Kansas and I do believe Maine is in this too. And more and more states are getting into this. Pretty soon, once other states realize that they have a credible case, you're going to start seeing more of these cases, more of the states doing this.
Yeah.
And once you start seeing some of these states do this, you could possibly see other countries coming in to do the same. Now, there is a lot of, you know, red tape and stuff because a lot of the juices were pushed out there way too soon, and to cover their behinds, they did deals saying, oh, we can't be prosecuted because of this and that and the other thing. So they're finding loopholes to actually go after them now, because of the juice.
Right.
Like Maine, they're actually finding proof that those who got the juice, a good percentage of them are passing of certain heart failures and clots and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
And
myocarditis is a big.
Yep.
Thing.
That's a big one. And well, I think they said they're up to 14%.
Wow.
Increase on those who took it. And I'm not saying like if anybody out there has taken it or anything. Get my coconut water. Not saying that anything had happened or anything, but proof's in the pudding. Even though they tend to hide a lot of that stuff, the numbers and everything, but the numbers are starting to come out, and that's where when you start getting these states that are starting to come out, wanting recognition and whatnot. And oh man, you should see the the little graph of this company, which I can't really say their name, but you can see it right there.
Mm-hmm.
You should see a little graph how their profits, and then 2020, woo!
Yeah. Yeah.
So far,
it's always about the money.
Yep. And I almost guarantee we already know that the dude that Mr. Fauci guy, he has stock in that.
He got a lot of blood on his hands too.
Just like a lot of the other people that were, forcing it upon people. They have stock in it too, and they made a lot of money off of the herd of people.
Yes.
Let me see here. I don't know if I want to talk about that one. Department of Defense turning plastic waste into food.
Wow.
Yep. And it's kind of already been happening. Everybody knows what the GMO is, the genetically modified organisms. That's a lot of the bio waste and stuff. They're actually, you're on the news. Cat.
That's a kitty cam.
He's helping me with the news. I'll go ahead and put it on the screen here. Yeah, they're turning it into powder, so you can get some protein out of it, and it's the organisms that's coming off of the waste in a lot of these are going to be made into, and I know Solon Green was, people.
that was people.
But this kind of gives me that vibe,
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, there's this other company. I'll call them a company. It has granted millions of dollars in research to turn military plastic waste into bacterial protein powder that can be used to feed humans. Which, when they say humans, unfortunately, it's the military.
Yeah.
So a lot of that's probably going to end up in an MRE or something. Is usually how they do this. And again, you're going to see Mr. Microsoft guy, he's in the middle of this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And he's funded fake meats like Impossible Burgers made by GMOs, soy and the stuff that is way not healthy. Now, I don't have anything wrong with, taking beans and stuff and making what seems to be a burger patty. But when you go to this GMO crap and use organisms and stuff like that, that's no good for anybody. That stuff is just plain disgusting. Yeah. And there's nothing healthy like that. And I tried it. I made a burger out of it and everything. And unfortunately, I should have researched it before I ate it. It was bad. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get it. And then I went and did some research on it, and some of the stuff it's supposed to be healthier because you're not eating meat, because meat is bad and everything, and then it's like 140 times worse than eating a cow.
Yeah. So you have to ask yourself, what is their end game?
Yeah.
It's
and we all know they want to get rid of cows. Yeah. That's their main thing and to make the printer meat, it costs more. It uses more carbon to make the fake meat than it does to just raise a cow. But anyways, yeah, it's some disgusting stuff that is money. Millions of dollars are being put into this to make, protein for, I'm going to say it's going to be for soldiers first. And then us. Hey, Roberta. I seen Rebel Canners in here and Mountain Grandma. And if you guys are not doing anything, they actually, I think you still you have a live coming up at 1:00, I do believe. Her and Lisa talk about some good stuff on Tuesdays at 1:00. I seen Pat Evans come in here. Who else was it? I've been kind of blabbing here. There's good old Ed. Yeah, I think that was it. Oh, Dr. Mark King, how you doing today? We're just going over the news a little bit here and there. It was really hard to find something positive in the news today.
Oh, I got one for you.
Oh, what's that?
On my local news and I should have had it written down or whatever, but they found a new type of mosquito. I don't know if it's new, but a strain of, I guess it's something fever. And it was in Hillsborough County. And I guess it can make you quite sick.
Oh.
So they're warning people about, don't leave standing water hanging around. And,
Is it the West Nile one or?
No, I don't think it's West Nile. I caught it late last night just before I nodded off. So, but in other words, it's here and they're going to start spraying and doing what they can. But
It's a good time for those home remedies with mosquitoes
Yeah.
Sprays, not the off stuff that
No.
you buy in the store, because that's the mosquito likes. There's
I like
fresh meat this way.
yeah, I like citronella candle.
Yep, citronella. I mean, if you grow the plant, and just chop it up, and just, I mean, you can even put a little cayenne pepper in there. You got to be careful putting it around your eyes and everything.
Yeah.
And soak it in water for a week, and then strain that off and put it in a squirt bottle. Spray that stuff on you. There ain't no mosquito or bug gonna come around you.
Unless it's from Texas. Oh, look who it is, Miss B. Hello, Miss B. B chiming.
Indiana backyard gardener. Okay, we gonna get some Trump in the news here.
There you go. We want Orange Man.
Yeah. Put that up there. I don't know how 100% this is or whatnot, but details emerge as President Trump narrows running mate list to 3 candidates.
Yeah, it's kind of. I think it's just for headlines, you know.
I do too, because I don't. He'll wait till the last moment, before he
don't show his cards like that.
Yeah, and who do you think would be on this list?
Me? Who do I think?
Yeah.
Well, I know the current list. What the quote unquote Mockingbird media is telling us. So I'll go ahead and wing it, because I mean, maybe he put someone new on it. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, being from Ohio, everybody's talking about Vance.
Right.
I was scared there for a minute, thinking when they're saying, because one of the media said a governor from Ohio. I'm like, no. He's a Republican, but he's not very well liked because he caved during the sickness stuff,
right?
Forcing people to wear things and whatnot. Here, I think Trump's original list also included Senator Tim Scott, Tom Cotton.
He's okay.
Byron Donalds.
He's a good guy.
And also
Tulsi Gabbard.
I have no idea what that one. From New York.
Oh, that's Stefanik. What's her first?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, she's a little dynamo.
As well as former
House Stefanik.
Secretary of House and Urban Development Ben Carson.
Right.
In addition to the 3 finalists. And I do believe this is supposed to be the list up here, but again, you don't know if it's coming from him or not, and it's more than likely it's not. North Dakota's Governor Doug Burgum, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, and Florida Senator Marco Rubio. That's supposed to be the list. You take it how it is, I guess.
Right.
To me, that's not Trump. He's not going to give you a list and let you stew over it. And
No.
are you okay?
Well,
there?
not only that, but the opposition is going to do a deep dive and say, "Ooh, ooh, ooh! Look what this." You know what I mean? He's just giving them fodder for, before the race even starts. So
Yeah, but yeah, I wouldn't doubt Trump would release something like this, not by himself, but somebody down the list,
right,
to get people opinions and what people are saying about it and stuff. Filling the crowd out and see what they think.
right.
But it's going to be his decision either way.
Just as long as it's not his last one.
Yeah.
With the evil black fly on his.
Everybody kind of knows this one, so I'm not really saying anything that it's not really news. But yeah, Biden has no achievements really, and you can say double that to his vice president for that matter.
Well, how about the 50 years he's been in Congress?
Yeah, I mean,
he's a taker. He's a,
that's the thing. It's
the syndicate.
So his main thing is going to be the Trump, saying if he wins, it'll turn the country evil and this and that. That's his only thing he's running with now. He has nothing else. And he had nothing else 2022, but yeah.
Yeah, he had his basement.
Yeah. And that irritates me, that the picture, and he does this all the time. And they don't have to, but your leader of the country, learn how to salute your military that's saluting you. That irritates me so bad when I see a president and stuff just walk past somebody that's hanging their salute up there,
right?
Not do anything. That irritates me so bad.
It shows you his true feelings. That's all.
Yeah, he has no. He doesn't have no recognition of somebody standing there doing that.
Yeah.
We'll give you a thumbs up.
He's just an indignant old man that's more concerned about whether or not he has to change his depends or not. That's
it. Just a little side note, tidbit of news here. Chinese lunar probe returns to Earth with the world's first samples from the far side of the moon, or the dark side of the moon, because they've been up there for quite a while, gathering samples and whatnot of the dark side of the moon, and some say they are actually building a base up there, which why not? I mean, and why would you put it on the dark side of the moon? Because we can't see what's on the dark side of the moon. Oh yeah.
Look at what B said.
Yeah. I seen your video on that about your cucumbers, and I sent your video over to TH2 because he's actually in the same boat with the cucumber bugs. I'm not saying anything because I don't want them coming here. But I have noticed, because I said something about my cabbage. I said I haven't had any bite marks on any of my cabbage, and then I went out there today or yesterday, and I'm actually getting some bites. And I searched, I can't find anything, but I did see yellow jackets going inside the cabbage. I don't think yellow jackets would eat a cabbage, would they? I've never known them to. The only thing I was thinking, yellow jackets will actually go after little bugs and ants and things. So I'm wondering, I might hold off on doing my spray because it's going to rain tomorrow. So I was thinking about spraying the neem oil and stuff because I like to get it before it rains. Okay, so they go after caterpillars too. I searched and searched. I went through them leaves and everything. I couldn't find anything. I was out there for an hour looking through them. And so I said, well, I'm going to hold off because I see these yellow jackets going in and possibly going after the bugs that are in there. So I just left it and let the yellow jackets go in there, do their thing. So hopefully they stop whatever it is, they get it. Because I would rather let Mother Nature take care of it than me put neem oil on it. Well, I didn't water yet, so I don't know if that, but I have been watering every night because I haven't had any rain for a couple weeks. Everybody else has it around me. But anyways, yeah, this is supposed to be a big thing for, to me, it's the same part of the moon that's on the other side of the moon. I don't think it would be anything different just because we can't see it. It does get sun, so it wouldn't be like always dark because it's just where we don't get to see it. Oh, you're getting the rain? Yeah, I'm supposed to get rain tomorrow, hopefully. I mean, it's 76%, so I hope I get some rain. And also, I wanted to our last thing here. Wanted to send everybody over here. Let me get the link here. Go ahead and play this. I'm not going to play it all because I don't have that much time here. Might help if I put it on the screen. Go ahead and do this. There we go. And this is Milk and Honey Heritage Farm. And I thought I would, since I've had people ask me, say, you ain't talking about food on your news. So here we go. And nothing better than to support a fellow YouTuber, but we're going to go ahead and play this easy barbecue chicken meal. I'm gonna skip ahead in points because it's a 13-minute video and I don't have that much time. So here we go.
I'm just going to spread it out after I get it off my cutting board. I dropped one on the floor. That's a goner. Things like that happen. Oh well, you know what I mean.
Nothing better than fried potatoes.
So I'm just getting all the stuff inside my pan. You can add a little salt or pepper to it if you'd like, whatever seasonings you have at home, you can add. So that's what I have, a marinade or just a seasoning. It's multi-versatile. That's a word.
Not to put butter in there too.
So I've got all that in there. Burnt, and down the middle I took out the liver and gizzards and all that come out of the middle of it, and what I'll do is probably chop them up real small and add them into
Thank you, T.
something else. So what I'm going to do, make sure your knife is sharp.
I was going to say that when I watched it earlier, I was like,
cut through
somebody
the
needs
middle,
to sharpen
not all
her
the way
knife.
through to the bottom.
It makes me so nervous.
Sometimes you got to do a little bit of effort and kind of standing crooked here so I can get you guys in so the camera can get it. Okay, let's see what we got here. I kind of did it lopsided. It's usually a little bit simpler than that. If you have it right. If you don't want to, you can use a basting brush of some sort if you want to, but just kind of rub it and try to get it evenly distributed on all sections of your chicken. Just kind of like that. So I know it looked like a lot at first, but then you spread it out and some of it's going to fall off as well. So there's that. We're going to go stick it on the barbecue and I'll be right back with you. All right, so some vinaigrette mixture with a little bit of water in it, and come back every like 10 or 15 minutes and rub that on the top of the chicken so that I can keep it moist. And I'll bring you back to show you that. Thank you for joining me. All right, so my potatoes are soft and I added in the liver and all that diced up. So I'm going to get that nice and cooked up, and I'm just adding it to this. You wouldn't even notice that it was there really. Everything else.
And here's the
mushrooms. Because everything else takes longer. So I'm just putting my mushrooms in here, and I'm just going to kind of spread them out so that they're all touching the bottom of the pan on a low heat. Okay, that's easy, and that's all that will be for that.
Everybody getting hungry yet?
Okay.
Yeah, that looks real good.
Days and make some bone.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So that is the barbecued chicken, looking delicious.
Ooh.
And the fried potatoes and the meat was all cooked, and the mushrooms all ready to be plated up. Also to remember, whenever you cook meats, the pan, dish, or bowl, or whatever you put your raw meat into, make sure you're using a different one when you get the done cooked product, because you don't want to mix raw juices with cooked meats. So I
Yeah.
just grabbed a
I
different
see a
one,
lot of
but you
people
can
doing that.
wash the one that
They'll
you were
take the stuff
using.
out
Just make sure you
and
wash
put it
it
back
really
on the
well
plate that had
and get off
the raw
all the
juices
raw
on it.
Yeah.
materials. So that way you're gonna keep your family, you and your family safe.
And
So there's that, and keeping everything on low, getting ready
there you go.
to
That's
dish everything up.
Milk and Honey's Heritage Farms. I still can't got rid of that stupid fly. And it's just one fly. Oh, I'm dropped him. Anyways, make sure you go over and and you just had breakfast. Make sure you go over and check out her channel. She has a lot of good stuff, but yeah, I'm a sucker for watching cooking stuff. Make sure you head over there and check her channel out. But that brings us top of the hour. Yeah, I seen you guys talking about wasp and stuff. This year our carpenter bees are not. I haven't seen very many around. Usually, like out in the garage, they were really bad because it's easier for them to get in and stuff. But yeah, not too bad. Yeah, I think. Well, see, and that's the thing. They're in different areas. There's dry rub, and it's considered barbecue. There's the vinegar base barbecue sauce, and you know, different areas think of barbecue. To me, putting barbecue sauce on it and marinade and all that stuff, it's all part of barbecuing.
And what's just as important as the entree is the sides that go with it, like the mushrooms and the potatoes, and you got to have it all.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just like getting a Walmart chicken that's pre-cooked and hanging on a. Well, not saying hers is a lot better, obviously.
Ooh. Yeah, that's not good. I did have, and I still think it's out there, but the only time that they bother me, and it's a yellow jacket nest that's in the ground. You can see the hole and everything, where they come in and out. And the only time they usually bother me is when I mow, because I have to mow over their little house. But normally they don't bother me. Now I think if the grandkids come over and they start messing with them, then I would probably have to get rid of them. But usually I don't bother them unless they bother me. I don't mess with them. But sometimes, there's like if it was in a raised bed, yeah, because you would be out there all the time. Oh yeah, I got some of that when it's on sale too. I tried some of their yum yum sauce, I think it's called. That stuff's pretty good from that same guy, because he does have some good sugar-free stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about, because kids get going 1,000 miles an hour and don't pay attention sometimes, and run into one. Oops.
Yeah. Hey, Bush, I'm going to have to run. I've got a really, really bad cell coming off the Gulf, and I got to shut down my electronics. So
Okay.
I'm in for some boomers. So y'all have a good morning, a good day, and well, see you around the tube.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks
Charles.
for coming up.
Thanks, Charles.
With that, I think we're going to go ahead and end it because it's the hour mark. I kind of went over a little bit, but I was hoping we would have had more, good news. A lot of negative stuff out there, but I want to thank everybody for hanging out in the morning here. I'll see you again tomorrow morning at 9:00. Hopefully we get some more good news, not the negative stuff. And we will leave you at that. I don't know if Grow Big is going live tonight at 7. But if he is, make sure you head over there and show some support. I haven't got my guest for Friday locked in yet, so if not, we'll just have a regular live on Friday. But until then, everybody have a wonderful day, and we'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye.